Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Steak and Sanity. The question of the day today is, can the carnivore diet help with perimenopause? Now, men, before you leave, hang tight. Just stay here for a minute. I know this seems like it's going to be a woman's issue, but I've looked at the stats on the channel and it's 60-40 men, and the age range of the men of all the viewers of the channel is basically between 35 and 75. Now, all of us in that age range, assuming that we have partners, men, if we have partners, we're going to have to support our partners through perimenopause and menopause. Women, you already know about perimenopause and menopause. If you're not experiencing it already, then you're either in the middle of it or you've come through on the back end. One of the things that I've noticed is that nobody talks about how the diet may help or hinder perimenopause and menopause, or maybe to mitigate the symptoms of perimenopause. And I'm really, really curious. And the reason I'm curious is because my wife is going through this at the minute. And so she's just starting to go through perimenopause, and she's having, a lot of the classic symptoms. I'm not going to go through them right now. I'd like to do a whole nother series of shows on this. But what I want to do is I want to ask everybody in the audience at the minute, the people that are watching, is this something that you would be interested in? I'd like to dig into it a little bit, maybe get some doctors in who are experts in diet, and also who are doctors who are experts in perimenopause and menopause, and see if there's some way that maybe this diet might be helpful in those situations. Now, for the women that are listening and watching, if you've been through that already and you have some firsthand anecdotal experience, I would love to hear it in the comments. And if maybe down the line, if you'd be willing even to do an interview or to come on and talk about your experience and maybe how the diet had an impact or didn't have an impact, that's also important as well. Yeah, I'd really be interested in that. I think it could be something interesting. I have looked around. I haven't seen much discussion about this at all. All I've seen basically in the research that I've done is they say, well, if you're kind of, experiencing perimenopause, then, you should do some sort of a Mediterranean diet or something, which is basically what Keto sort of. But yeah, I don't know. It's, those of us who are married, or our partners are starting to go through this, I think we all want to help our partners if we possibly can. And if I can come back to my wife and say, hey, do you know what? There is some research out there, or we've spoken to some doctors, or I can give her some resources to listen to say, hey, this may make your symptoms better and to make your life better while you go through this, then I think that's worth doing. So that's the main focus for today. Again, if I can get enough interest, I might even try and make it into more of like a documentary. But I wanted to just start off by bringing it up on the channel. We'll get a few keywords. Maybe if some people, will stumble across this video who are looking for information on perimenopause, I'm going to put a title in, sort of, can carnivore diet help with perimenopause, to try and get some people to come and look at this. And I want to get a discussion started. So let's get a discussion started in the comments. If I get some feedback from the people who are already watching the channel saying, yeah, this would be something interesting we'd really like you to look at, then I will pledge that I will do the research and I will find some interesting people to get on, and I'll produce some content in this area. If, on the other hand, everybody comes back and goes, yeah, no, not really, just, kind of crack on. Like if you want me to go back and do just, more carnivore diet recipes, or you want me to film a short with me cooking a piece of steak in an iron skillet with some butter, really? Is that what we want on the channel? There's hundreds of channels like that. I mean, I can do it if that's what you guys want, and you just want to see me standing around in my ugly kitchen, in my ugly stove, cooking another steak, or, doing another recipe about, here's a different way. Here's a way you can broil some meat. Why don't you put it in a slow cook? Like, I don't want to talk about that stuff. There's loads of that content out there. I want to dig into something that's more serious and I think might have more of an impact on people's lives. So that's the question. Is this something that you'd like to learn more about? Is this something that you'd like to hear more conversation about? Whether you're men or women, men, is this something? Ask your wives, ask your partners, hey, is this something that you would be interested in? If it is, please subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, mention it to your girlfriends, mention it to your partners, say to them, hey, this guy's thinking about doing this. Give him some support. Go follow his channel. He wants to start to have some stuff. If I see that there's a little bit of an uptick and that there's a bit of an interest, then I'm gonna go down this road and try and do it. So very short video for the minute. This is just a particular one about this topic. I've got some updates. I'll continue updating on my diet journey. I've got a really interesting, well, not interesting, but got a video coming up. I actually did a properly intentional cheat day after a month, and I want to talk about what happened doing that, what I ate, and then kind of what the fallout from that has been. So that's coming later, but I just wanted to get this one out to see what people think. So let me know in the comments if you think that's a good idea and if it's something that you'd be interested in doing. And if it is, I'll take a look and see what we can do. Okay. Other than that, I will see you later, and I hope you're having a good day. Stay on the diet, and we'll speak to you soon. Bye-bye.